Turn our attention now to the third last game of day one of the fourth Fiji Beta 7 Series Tabadamu Rugby Sevens, and it's between Muanivatu Rugby versus Yanuca Blues. Yeah, so Muanivatu, they have had 2 games and 2 losses. They lost 14-0 to Vadalea Young Boys. They lost 5-0 to Doloisuva. And Yanuca Blues, they won 14-5 over Doloisuva, and they drew 14-all with Vadalea. So 5 points for Yanuca Blues on the scoreboard tally, and 0 for Muanivatu Rugby. Right on the 10. Now this is much better. This is better rugby. This is the kind of rugby that we wanted to see at the closing stages of day one, and that's a try, and it's a solo weapon. Fantastic. That's a fantastic try. Now that's what we wanted to see, and it's taken quite a while when it really took for the condition. But that's the opening try, and looks like it's yes it is, it's Yanuca Blues, and they've got the first try. With a win and a draw, you can't blame them for playing this kind of rugby. Look at that, and just trailing, and get the try. And he looked surprised. Well, actually, he looked surprised that he was alone, and there was no defenders at all. So the restart taken, and it's Yanuca Blues. They have a chance to come out top of the pool of Pool E in the seniors category. Muanivatu, it's forward, and spill ball taken by Yanuca. So Yanuca Blues leading 7 points to 0, and taken again by Yanuca. So this is a team out of Rewa, Vega Yanuca, beautiful island, renowned for their shark diving that a lot of tourists have been known to come for. And it's turned over. Muanivatu would like to see them break out of their 22. They've been stuck in jail for the first so it's still Muanivatu, and it's turned over. The urgency that is there with Yanuca Blues. They reap the rewards of a team, and they force the error, and with it, at the same time, they forced a yellow card. And that is strategic rugby at its best. They understand their strength and also the weakness of the opponent, and they're able to get one try while at the same time force a turnover and throw in a yellow card to go with it. So the scrum feed it. Yanuca Blues, that's Jerry Sokini. Big Buluvinaka to everyone that's watching this live coverage by FBC from Yanuca in the beautiful islands of Mbanga. Great having you with us. And that's a high tackle, and take it very quickly. Kitioni looking up to the numbers on the left. That's a 3-on-2, and that's not a bad option. That's not a bad option at all. The last time it turned out into a try, the kick and chase, and loose ball. Penalty once again. Still Yanuca. Yanuca Blues, that's Soliano. Soliano has the options and the luxury of all the players to get over the try. And guess who again? You guessed it. It's Soliano who goes over for Yanuca Blues' second try, and extending their lead 12 points to 0. So with 1 draw and 1 win, a win or at least a draw here definitely will confirm Yanuca Blues into the main quarterfinals back tomorrow. Well, the fortunes aren't speaking so well, on the other hand, for Muanivatu. So the conversion counts for Yanuca Blues. 2 converted tries so far, and they lead 14 points to 0. And at that, the referee says it's half time. So it's half time. Yanuca Blues looking the stronger of the two sides heading into this game, and rightfully so, with the numbers high. And they've scored 2 converted tries in every of their game, which means 100% strike rate, and every score they kick the conversion. So very high work rate from this team, Yanuca Blues, and exactly they've done the same. And it's always an advantage to have a kicker who's able to convert the conversions, and that is what Yanuca Blues has. Every game they've scored, they've converted the try. So the second half, in the winding down the end of this game, it could spell doom for Muanivatu, who maybe after this, and they could be returning back to Suva. Otherwise, they could return back tomorrow and have some good sunshine and cheer on the rest of day 2. Yanuca already have the advantage of 2 tries, and they've rolled on the subs. And now they are opening up this play. The referees calling out for the offsiders, and that's good officiating from the referee to get involved in the game so that there's no stop rugby. And that's what we've seen now with the weather drying up quite well. Yanuca on the 10. Get the tap from Apisai towards the inside, but he goes by himself, and this is the same young man, it was Kitioni, who got the first try, and they got a yellow card. So yellow card in this case to Yanuca, and it's Muanivatu who has a chance to get up on the scoreboard, because they have been deprived of their chance to score any point at all. So into the final 3 minutes of this third last pool game of day 1 of the Tabadamu Rugby Sevens tournament. Well, so far, with the tournament that was opened by the Paramount Chief of Ratu Suliano, Martin Itumboa, it was great to meet him. We had a chat, we had a laugh, had a bowl of kava also, and he said, in my 37 years of leadership in my province of Namosi, I am so glad to see this tournament come here again for the 4th straight year, and a backing of the Vanua, and also having the businesses, seeing a lot of sponsors and stakeholders, they're coming out here in numbers. It's great to see that kind of supporting these kind of tournaments. So Yanuca, right on the 22, looking for an overlap. This could be a chance. Out wide from Suliano. Suliano going, and that's the backhand pass. How many times have you seen that on the World 7 Series? I'm sure they must have been cheering Fiji on, and they must have been saying, I'm going to have that photo moment. And they go over for their try. And they go over for their 3rd try in the first of the second spell. And the Yanuca Blues extends their lead 19 points to 0. With a conversion out wide. It's now on the referee's time, and that's a great strike. That's a great strike. And it's just fallen short. And let's take a look at that again. It is well done. It is a one-on-one. Brought it inside, and a back pass. Who can ever forget? Who can ever forget William Sapala giving that back pass to Waisele Serevi in the 2005 Rugby 7 World Cup final to New Zealand? Well, and that's something that was out of the textbook. So this should be the final restart of this game, as it's into the final 2 seconds. And the restart is knocked forward. Into the final few phases. This will be the final play of this Pool E game. We can say that Muanivatu Rugby have done their part, but they will gonna have to likely bow out after this with 2 losses so far, and trailing by 9 points into the final few seconds of this game. Let's see if they're able to get back with the scores 14 points to 5. And there's a runaway try right underneath the sticks. And what a way to respond, 19 points to 5. And Yanuca Blues hits back the way they know best. And with the conversion to come, the referee says, that's it. As you take a look at the replay once again. But it's Yanuca young boys. They will head into the main elimination quarterfinals with 2 wins and 1 draw after defeating Muanivatu Rugby 19 points to 5.